Hey guys, hope you're well. So I'm about to go through how we scaled this skincare brand from about 100,000 per month to just under 500K in just over a year, while actually doubling their ROAS. Right. So first of all, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Ali Habib. I run a Google Ads agency. I've been in the game since 2020 in the paid ads space. We've worked with over 50 clients for over the last year and a half. I've overall worked with over 120 brands, and all we focus on is results. That's how we work for our clients. We're purely results based. Our goal is to scale you as fast as possible with the least amount of hassle, with the least kind of stress on your side. We handle everything Google Ads, and we just focus on your profitability in record time. So that's what we do. All right. So first of all, this is what the account was doing when we before we started. As you can see, this is obviously in packet currency. So you can see this was the spend, and this was the overall conversion value or the revenue, and that was the ROAS. They were at a 5.4x ROAS, mainly branded traffic. So branded traffic was the number one thing that they were running the most, spending the most on branded traffic. And they came to us, and basically they didn't want us just spending on branded traffic like every other agency or media buyer that they've worked with, and wanted to really scale. And that's exactly what we've achieved, right? So you can see here now, this overall, this is what we did over the last month. Again, scaled to around 130 million in the Pakistani currency, and around a 9.2x ROAS. All right, so that's obviously a massive increase in not just revenue but also ROAS as well. So how did we do it? Right. So first of all, branded spend. Okay, if you want to grow with Google Ads, you don't want to be spending on brands. The easiest thing to do would be to spend on brand, have a nice ROAS for the account. The account will look good, but you're not going to grow. You're not going to acquire customers. All right. And so, again, a lot of accounts in Google Ads, they look good because they're spending on branded traffic. We make sure to absolutely target only 10 to 15% of branded spend maximum. All right. And so, again, what we did was we limited the branded spend, and we focused mainly on. As you can see here, the branded search campaign used to actually be the highest spending campaign. Now it's the third least spending from the bottom. All right. And so that's what we did. We focused on acquisition. And that's not just through the campaign, but it's also through the search terms. It's also through restricting brand from PMax, from shopping, and focusing on cold terms. All right. So that's the first thing. Second thing, as I mentioned, which is quite tied to the first, is having a cold search heavy structure. All right, we spent a lot on non-branded search campaigns. You see here a couple of these campaigns, which hit a lower ROAS than the average ROAS we were achieving. But guess what? Because it was cold. All right, and so spending on cold is absolutely key. Now, the cold search campaign might not have the sexiest ROAS, but what you want from cold is you want to generate a lot of traffic, right? And that traffic you can then retarget with PMax and with all with other campaigns, right? What we did was we made sure to have dedicated ad groups per product category. We made sure to target different landing pages. All right. Now it's not just obviously about launching search campaigns, but it's also about making sure that everything aligns from the ad to the ad group to the landing page. All right. And also targeting the highest converting search terms and the copy matching them. Now, the next thing that's absolutely great about this client was creative. All right. Too many brands, they neglect Google Ads creative. They think, they don't really need to focus on it, or they mainly focus on producing videos for Meta. You need to understand providing strong image assets can absolutely make or break your Google Ads. You need strong product images. You need all kinds of strong assets for PMax, and that's exactly what this client did. They were constantly sharing with us the best kind of creative, always top performance. All right, and that's exactly what you need to focus on. You absolutely need to focus on creative for PMax. As you can see here, we actually had two main PMax campaigns absolutely generating a a lot of revenue for this brand. Again, both hitting very high ROAS, as you can see here. And yeah, we're absolutely killing it. This one's got to be fixed. But yeah. And next thing as well that this client did what that was absolutely fantastic. They're always running sales, all right? And not enough brands utilize this, okay? Guys, sales is not just Christmas, it's not just New Year's, it's not just Black Friday, all right? There's so many different ways that you can run sales consistently. This client was running monthly sales or maybe bi-monthly, all right? That's how frequently you can run sales with Google Ads if you find new angles, right? So it doesn't always hurt your brand if you package it the right way, if you have the right angles to go with it, all right? Moving on, all right? Now, this key step was absolutely crucial is demand gen, all right? Demand gen and YouTube ads is absolutely your key for top of funnel and for scaling. Now, the thing with demand gen might look like it has a poor ROAS, but that's not actually true because overall it lifts the overall account performance, and that's exactly what you should care about. All right. So demand gen, guys, again, it's a creative game. You have to be ready to test a whole bunch of creative. You have to see what works. Use the best performance from Meta, from TikTok, and plug it in there. All right. So yeah, obviously just a quick summary on how we've achieved that for this brand. We're constantly achieving similar results for many other brands that we're working with. If you want to scale your Google ads as fast as possible, generate a lot of revenue at very high ROAS, reach out to me and we'll do the same for